Ladies and gentlemen, g'day, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Economics Mate, and this is World of Tanks Blitz. Now, if you guys are active in the official World of Tanks Blitz Discord server, you would have seen Binu actually make an announcement talking about a large-scale Tier 10 rebalance that is coming in December. Now, I can't say much, because obviously I am under NDA about specifics, but based on the announcement that was made, I can say, or I could speculate, because to be honest with you, I don't really know much either, but beside the announcement that they made, I can say that it is going to be apparently a huge rebalance for Blitz, for T10 specifically. Now, I don't know which tanks they're going to be rebalancing, if they're going to be doing all of the Tier 10 tanks, or if they're only going to be doing specific Tier 10 tanks. I couldn't tell you, because honestly, I do not know the answer to that question. What I can say is, I have a prediction on certain tanks that I think are going to be rebalanced. And starting off with the T110E4. Now, T110E4 has been in the game for quite some time now. It's been in the game since basically the dawn of this game being introduced on the App Store and on the the Google Play Store. I believe that this tank is going to be rebalanced in a way that complements it in that sense. I think this is going to have a buff, not necessarily on its turret armor or its hull armor, but I think it's going to have a buff on its maybe penetration values, maybe dispersion. Who knows? I think it's going to have a gun buff, something along those lines, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that works. So I have a sneaking suspicion they're probably going to maybe improve the mobility on this tank, because I feel like the gun is great, the DPM is amazing, the pen is pretty damn good, the outfit damage is pretty good, the armor is pretty decent. It's got a 90-degree traversable turret, so it traverses. Sorry, 100. Yeah, no, it's 90 degrees left, 90 degrees right, so it traverses. In that sense that you've got not a fully traversable, but a semi-traversable turret. That being said, I think the mobility on this tank needs to be buffed a bit, because it deserves a mobility buff. Now, the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen, I think, is another tank that definitely should receive a buff. And I think the buff needs to come in the form of this is going to be interesting to see. It's probably going to... I reckon this tank is probably going to get a armor buff, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. But, again, their main aim or their main plan is to rebalance tanks that are performing poorly. And this is one of those tanks that is performing pretty poorly. It's, as far as I know, one of the worst, if not the worst, light tank at T10 at the moment. So it kind of makes sense why they want to rebalance it. I have a sneaking suspicion that the E50M is going to be nerfed. This is still too strong. I have a sneaking suspicion they're going to nerf this tank, because, again, it's way too strong. Even in this current meta, it's just ridiculous. So, yeah, I think they're also going to be touching the M6Yo. I think this is also pretty strong. It's not OP, like Droodles like to make it out to be, but it probably will get a nerf with something. Maybe it's burst damage. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. The M48 Patton, I feel like this may get a rebalance too, in terms of it may get a nerf. I think it's quite strong, to be fair. For a medium tank, it's also very, very strong. I don't want it to be nerfed, because I love playing this thing, but yeah, I think it's going to get a nerf. Now, the E100, I don't know if they're going to touch this thing. Who knows? I don't know. I don't think it needs to be touched. I think as it is, it's pretty good. They might decrease the DPM on the 128, but other than that, I think this is a pretty good tank. The 140. Now, this is the one I think is probably most deserving of a rebalance and a buff. This is definitely a tank that, let's face it, people are saying is the worst medium tank at Tier 10. And I kind of agree with them. I still love playing this thing. I think it's still nice, but the armor profile is not as good as it used to be. The turret armor is just negligible. I feel like this is going to get a turret armor buff. I think for sure that Wargaming are going to buff the turret armor on this thing, and probably the armor of the cupolas on top, because you can get heshed all day long with this thing. So that would be my take on it. Now, I could be wrong. But again, that's what I think is going to happen. Now, the IS-7, I don't think they're going to touch this one. I think it's good as it is. The IS-4, it's never going to be as good as it used to be, but, you know, it's pretty decent. Maybe it might be rebalanced. Who knows? I think they're going to maybe give this thing a bit better armor on the sides and, like, protect it from, you know, from getting hit pretty easily. The Object 263. This, I think, is probably going to get a buff, possibly. Let's be real, not many people play the Object 263, which, you know, makes kind of sense. Now, the Ho-Ri, for sure, this is going to be nerfed. This is probably the best T10 tank destroyer currently. It's just ridiculous, this thing. You just do so well. You do so well in this tank. It's unbelievable. It's uncanny how good this tank is. So yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion they're going to be nerfing this thing. The 60 TP, I don't think it needs a nerf or a buff. I think it's good as it is. So I don't think it needs a buff or a nerf. So that would be my opinion. The Sheridan, again, it's decent as it is. It's not crazy OP. It's not bad, but it's decent. It's pretty good. The T110E4, I think maybe it gets a slight traverse buff, maybe a mobility buff. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see how it goes with Wargaming, you know, with their decisions. But, you know, nonetheless, who knows? The mouse, I don't know with this one, to be honest with you. The mouse it's still good, but it's nothing to cry home about. The grill, who knows what they'll do with the grill. I don't know what the plan is with the grill, to be honest with you. I know for a fact the T100 LT is going to be nerfed. For a fact, this tank is getting nerfed. It's just too strong. Honestly, for a light tank, this thing is just ridiculous. Honest to God, it's ridiculous. Object 268 may possibly be getting a buff, because again, it's not very popular right now. No one really is playing it. They probably won't touch this thing as usual. Type 71, they may buff this thing, so it's a bit more competitive than it used to be. The 113, again, I think it's fantastic as it is, but hopefully it gets a nice rebalance. The Batchat, great tank. I think possibly they may be nerfing this tank, judging for the fact. Now, the Project Marat, I think they're buffing this tank, because currently it's not very competitive. Apart from the gun and the turret armor being good, everything else about the tank is pretty shit, to be honest with you. TVP, again, I think they're going to be buffing this tank. I don't think they're going to be keeping it the way it is. It's kind of underperforming at the moment because not many people are playing it. Rhinocerente, I believe this is going to get a nerf, for sure. This is one of the best heavy tanks at T10. Hands down. It's such a good heavy tank. Kranwagen, again, I don't know. I think this may get a buff because I don't see it performing as well as, you know, some people may think. Other than that, honestly, I don't know what else to say, to be honest with you. I think it's pretty... You can be pretty hard-pressed to say you don't like some of these tanks, to be honest with you. I think that hopefully Wargaming do the right thing and, you know, buff the tanks that need to be buffed and nerf the tanks that need to be nerfed, but don't do it in such a way where it just ruins T10 and everything is just crap again. Hopefully they do it accordingly and based on professional opinions and statistics and obviously their data. So let's see what happens. I want to see how this turns out. I want to see how it goes. And hopefully we'll see some positive changes come in December with the big T10 rebalance. So yeah, they do this T10 rebalance every year or two to sort of keep T10 alive, I reckon. I don't know why they need to do that. It should just, these are the tanks, this is it, deal with it. That's how it should be. But anyway, I digress. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comments down below what you think of this rebalance, what opinions you'd have, what tanks you'd like to see rebalanced, and what tanks you'd like to see buffed or nerfed. I'd love to know your opinions. As always, look after yourselves, look after your friends and family, peace in the Middle East, everywhere else in this beautiful world, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.